What's up, adepts and initiates? Hope all is well out there in the world. Kyolam Tengan here with this week's extended weekly rhythm. So, we are in the swirls, the twirls, and the burls of change and transformation. We have been going through that since March, and now we have crossed into a new arena. It's like passing in from one state and into another. And that very much is a good and great analogy, because what we are effectively doing is there's a state of being that we had been in, and there's a state of being that we are now in becoming. What that means is that we aren't necessarily going to have a solid identity, and that's a good place to be, because as we go into this place of uncertainty, then it opens up this arena of pure potentiality. And that's what we have gone into and have transitioned into. We've gone through now this threshold, and we are in a new area, an area that is both not just new, also renewing. And so it's something for us that allows the universe, source consciousness, to come into play. And there's something about that, because as we allow, as we let, and as we release, we move into now an area where someone else, rather something else, is able to take over. And there is a grander, more robust and rich idea, concept, and vision that is being held for you as it is for me. And as we get into this place, that means that things are going to change. We are actually moving into now new territory. And as we do, it's not necessarily us who decides, determines, and dictates. Rather, there is something else that has discerned what is best for us. And so it will be destructive to a certain degree. And that can be for relationships, that can be for positions, careers, geographical locations that we are attached to. And so that brings up a really good concept, because that which we are attached to, self-identity included, is now being dissolved. And it's being done so in a way that is coming from a place of love and care and consideration. And at the same time, shit's going to get real. And what that means is that real fast, things are going to change for you, as it has for me, as it will for all of us. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The less attached we are to those aspects of identity, the more able we will be to move and to be moved in the direction that we are being ushered into and towards. And so a thing to look at this week is, where are the areas of tension that exist in your life? And are you holding on to those pieces? Finally, why? We don't necessarily have to have a direct answer for each and every one of those. However, the more we're able to connect with where we are resisting, the more we can identify where we can release. And in that release of where we are in resistance, allows us to reclaim a lot of that energy and to redirect it in a way that allows us to allot it in, well, a lot of different ways. And in doing so, can really be something that ultimately serves us. And that's something that we want. We want to move into places of ease, of allowing. And in doing so, just really follow where we're being led. We don't always have to be the one who decides everything. We don't always have to be the one that leads in this new direction. When we are really paying attention, allowing our intuition to guide rather than our intellect, we often find that there's something else out there, a factor we hadn't considered. And in doing so, it allows us to follow a new line of not just inquiry, of imagination. And what is being envisioned for us is much more grandiose than anything and any vision that we have held for ourselves. Well, that's it for now. Love and aloha. Take care, and ahui ho.